All right, welcome back. We are up to video number 5 of 6. Today, we're going to focus on the front of the body, front of the hips, front of the legs. Okay, awesome. So start laying on your stomach. All right. So basically, from your lower ribs down through your feet, elbows below your shoulders, forearms are flat, hands are in contact with the floor. All right. Just kind of relax, sink into the floor, let everything loosen up. Okay. All right, come down on your hands. Bend your knees to about 90 degrees and just swing your legs side to side. Rest your head wherever you're comfortable and just swing those legs side to side in easy pace. You're not going real fast. You're not going for a stretch. This is just range of motion, loosening up the front of the hip, side of the hip, back of the hip. Helps with the low back and the hips, as well as the front of the legs. Okay? Definitely one I highly recommend. Next one. Come on back up on your elbows. Again, elbows are below your shoulders. Legs, hips, forearms, hands are in contact with the floor. Now with this one, you're going to look over from one shoulder to the other. But as you look over your shoulder, you want to ideally see the opposite side foot as it's still laying on the floor. So I'm going to look over to my right shoulder and hopefully I'll be able to see my left foot. Go over to the left shoulder, hopefully I can see the right foot. So just again, a nice, easy, steady pace. Don't let your forearms pop up off the floor. Try not to compensate and roll up this way. Keep everything in contact where you were initially started. Side to side. Over one shoulder to the next, trying to see as far back to the opposite side foot. Okay? Okay. The next one, lay flat. Hands, get them just by your shoulders, maybe a little bit to the outside of your shoulders. The entire front of your body is in contact with the floor. Palms are spread out on the floor. You feel pretty stable with your hands. And just pop up a little bit off the floor. At this point, basically from your hips down to your toes are still in contact with the floor. And you're feeling that little bit of a stretch in the front of your core, your abs, front of your hips. You can even take a few deep breaths. You'll probably feel a little bit more of a stretch in your abs on that one then with the deep breathing. Okay, and just stay here. Feel that lengthening as long as it's comfortable. Again, only do what you're comfortable with, and that's pain-free. You want it to feel effective. You don't want it to be painful. Okay? All right, so the last one, I've got a table here. I always try and be by a table, chair, couch, bed. You're not using it, you're just having it there in case you need it. So you're down on your knees. Make sure you're on a soft surface. Don't be on a tile or wood floor. It won't feel good for your knees. Whichever leg is closest to that table, knee is down on the floor. The outside leg, bring up. Okay? Now be mindful, leg by the table, knee, hip, shoulder are all in a straight line. This outside leg, foot, knee, hip, shoulder are all in a straight line. Okay? This outside leg with the knee up, I'm just going to kind of inch my foot out a little bit. I want it to be further than my knee is. Now with this next one, you're not going to bend forward. You're not going to arch backwards. Your spine, your trunk is staying straight up. And you're just going to lunge into this, towards this outside leg. Straight ahead, you're just lunging forward. Now you see, I'm not relying on this table. I'm not leaning on it. I'm not leaning on this leg. I'm coming forward, but you just want to be sure you're holding on to something in case you go too far. Maybe you feel like you pulled something. Then you grab yourself, pull yourself back up. Okay? Just stay there. You're going to feel that stretch in the leg where the knee is down on the floor. Okay? Perfect. Now I'm not going to turn around, but then you would turn around, do the same thing on the opposite side. Other leg, knee down, foot's out. Again, knee, hip, shoulder in alignment, foot, knee, hip, shoulder are in alignment. And just come a little bit farther. Make sure your knee does not pass your foot. Okay, now I feel it on this side. Just hang out there as long as you feel it's comfortable and you feel like it's effective. All right, bring yourself back up. If you want, come on back down again. Swing those legs out, bend your knees, swing the legs, the hips. It'll loosen everything up. All right, that's it for video number 5 of 6. Get to it. Hopefully by now, you're starting with 1, you're going to 2, 3, 4, and now you'll be at 5, and you'll do 1 through 5 in one stretch session. All right, keep in touch.